Back at it again. Hit that subscribe, ring that bell, and hit that like. Shout out to the members. YouTube, we talking about Harvey Weinstein. Now, I got to speak into the mic on this one because it's a difficult case. Now, if you don't know Harvey Weinstein is a convicted sex offender, right? He's convicted. He's an American producer who co-founded Miramax in 1979. I think it's 1979. That's a lot of money, long money, old money. Since 2017, Weinstein has been the subject of sexual assault allegations that have made headlines worldwide. I'm talking worldwide, y'all. The allegations sparked global outrage and encouraged many survivors to speak out and their experience with Harvey Weinstein. Now, mind you, this is not a good guy, but he's the reason why the Me Too movement started. They are treating him way better than P. Diddy. This man is free right now. He's out. Many allegations, and he's convicted, but yet P. Diddy is getting worse treatment than this guy. But let's get into the story. I'm not going to compare these two guys. We know the difference. We know who got the big money.
Want to get more now from the US. That breaking news: Harvey Weinstein has been found guilty of one sex crime charge, not guilty on another, and no verdict on the rape charge. Let's try and get a bit of clarity about what's going on. We can speak to our North America correspondent, Neda Taufik. Hi, Neda. Just talk us through what's happened in court.
Yeah, well, remember, this is the second trial of Harvey Weinstein in New York after the first one was overturned by a court of appeals that found that prosecutors had unfairly allowed women that weren't officially part of the charges to testify.
Yeah, I heard that. If you didn't, rewind it. It was turned over because women came out the blue trying to testify against Harvey Weinstein. They didn't want the other women to do that. Now, what y'all think they doing to Diddy right now? How many people coming out the blue, even to Bill Cosby? How many women came out the blue just to testify? They give certain people certain privileges. Just understand where y'all at.
So on the second go around, there was, of course, intense interest in how the jury would look at the evidence from two women, two of the same women who testified in the first trial, but also a new third accuser in this second case. Nevertheless, though, we have seen the jury deliberating over 5 days. And during those 5 days, there has been a lot of tension. In fact, there have been reports that the foreperson on the jury actually complained to the judge about some of the tactics being used by other jurors to try to change the minds of others, bringing in some evidence, for example, that wasn't part of the case. And Weinstein's attorneys actually tried to move for a mistrial, but the judge just reminded jurors that they had to look solely at the evidence in this case. So after 5 days, we now have...
Imagine a judge saying that you only can look at the evidence in the case. But then you got people coming out the woodwork, and we ain't talking about Harvey right now, but we are talking about Harvey.
Have a decision where the jury has found Harvey Weinstein guilty of a criminal sexual act with one of the women, Mimi Haley. Now, she was a production assistant that worked with Weinstein, and she has accused him of forcibly performing oral sex on her. So they have found Weinstein guilty on that charge. They have found Weinstein not guilty on the third new accuser, a Polish model who said that she was hoping that Weinstein would help her with her career, but then also forced oral sex on her. Now, there is a third woman who was part of the original case, Jessica Mann. She actually had a long consensual relationship with Weinstein, but accused him of rape. Now, the jury is going to return tomorrow to continue deliberating on that count.
We're going to get back to it. It's a short story right now, but imagine going to jail or going to court because you forcefully tried to give somebody, well, some fellatio, that's the word, go down on somebody. You wanted to do it, and then they sued you. That's crazy. I feel a certain way about that, but that is crazy. But he's a billionaire. Something gonna happen.
But look, we are years from the Me Too movement. Harvey Weinstein, of course, was kind of the poster man for that movement because of how many women in Hollywood had come out and spoken out against him. And so his initial trial, where he was found guilty, was really seen as a victory for that movement. Years on, many were waiting to see what the result would be this time around. So a partial victory for one of the women who the jury heard her case and believed her, but more to come as we wait to see what the jury has to say about the rest of the case.
Partial victory. One woman won. Let's see what she's gonna get. Of course, she wants some money. And y'all want to know how much, but we don't know yet. But Harvey a billionaire, so you know he's gonna cut a big check. The other woman, she might not get nothing. I ain't gonna lie, because she wasn't really a part of this case. But people losing their job, people want some money. A lot of people don't want to work. They want to live a lifestyle that they can't afford. That's just what it is. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, ring that bell. We're going to come back with some more news. Y'all know what it is. It's Rich Uncle Mike. Until next time, love and appreciate y'all.